Good morning. Teras, look at your mane blowing in the wind. You excited, Teras? Because I'm excited. Because not only is it Friday, but it's $50 Friday. Right, Judson?
It's $50 Friday. It just has a certain ring to it that I absolutely love, Olivia. Welcome, everyone. Happy Friday. From the one and only Rescued Ukraine Pride, who you all have done so much for over the last year and some change. Wild to think that this Pride has been growing here at Sanctuary for that long. Hey, Prada. What's going on up there, Olivia?
Well, $50 Friday. Lots of, one fun incentive, I guess. But we'll get into that. I'm
Exactly.
excited to be here with the Ukraine Pride. It's a little blustery today.
Oh, it is.
We were just inside with the Pride, but they came out for some fresh air, so that's where we are, and then we'll just go from there, I think.
That sounds like a marvelous. I think that sounds like a marvelous idea. Torben's watching. Hey, Torben, look at that. 200 stars right off the bat. Thank you, Torben. Marcy Sanborn's watching. Julianne Neville. Lisa Wallstrom. Lots of folks here today. Certainly give us a shout in the comments. Show your love and support. There's Lisa. Hey, Lisa. Sometimes Facebook can be a little slow to getting out of the bad, can't it, Prada?
Yes, and even some folks on site today, crew day,
Oof,
helping
yeah.
us tear down for Catio Town. We met some of those awesome volunteers, and so lots of people of the TWS family with us here today, either on Facebook with all of you, or even here on site volunteering their time.
That's right. We got to meet Janet Davis. I'm sure maybe some of you recognize that name from the comments. She's out here kicking butt, volunteering, breaking a sweat for the cats here. So cool to see that support coming on social media and here on the ground. Very awesome. Coming all the way from Chicago. What were you saying there, Taras? You can keep. Don't be afraid to keep.
Do not be afraid.
Don't be afraid, Mr. Taras, to keep on chatting.
Oh my gosh, my jaw just dropped, Judson.
I know. It stopped me in my tracks right there. Everybody's been asking, have the Ukraine Pride sang yet? Have the Ukraine Pride sang yet? We are waiting, and we almost
I know, I literally
almost thought it was going to happen right here in front of us, Taras.
Wow.
Looking main-tastic as always. He's got his sister. That's Lacia coming up, also making some patented lion noises.
We've got some chatty lions, Judson.
Very chatty. Welcome, everyone. If you're just joining us, you are tuned in live to the Wildcat Sanctuary. I love that. Karen Deacons. Oh, Teras, the young, gorgeous prince. The TWS prince. I remember that once that title was attributed to Lion Gino, the prince of... Oh, speaking of which, running around, Gino and Mom up to no good.
He was booking it.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
But now Gino, more of an adult, happy to hand that prince crown over to Teras as he mounts one of the king's crowns here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. There's Miss Sophie. Glad to see both those two lions enjoying their morning. Danielle Zelter, OMG, Teras is so big.
He's huge.
He is getting large, isn't he? And, I think, Teras, that's a good segue into one of the things that's happening here on this Friday at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Look at Teras's paws. Teras has got some majorly big paws, and paws are one of the special things that I think we all as cat lovers can get excited about is the pug mark of a cat. And what we're offering today here at the Wildcat Sanctuary on $50 Friday is your opportunity to be one of 50 people to not just win any paw print, but here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, not only with Miracle Match, we've been celebrating our 25th anniversary. And so we are offering today and today only, anyone who gives a gift of $50 or more, which is tripled. Olivia's poking me because she thought she heard a lion singing.
Well, Yeah, sorry, not to interrupt you, Judson.
No, I please interrupt me if
Gino
we.
looks like he's gearing up. That's why.
Okay, well I'll turn over if he does
Okay.
start singing. But nonetheless, everyone, excited to offer a what we're calling historic TWS paw prints. I pulled some that are in the selection for the Lucky 50 winners of this prize, and I saw Shanti, I saw Diablo Guapo, I saw Hope Cougar, I saw Tasha 2 Cougar. Some hybrids who are near and dear to our heart. I can think of Spartacus as one that I saw. I think Cooper was in there. So lots of special cats, and on this $50 Friday, just wanting to give you a little extra, something to get excited about. I think triple donations is something to get excited about. Certainly, we're well into Miracle Match, and many of you have been extending your support very far for the cats. So just another way of extending that support in the final hours of Miracle Match while getting something back for yourself. So Lisa Henderson, woohoo, chance to win that paw print. And like I said, typically we offer, maybe it was a Dash paw print, maybe it's a Prada paw print. Typically you know what you're going to get, but kind of in an exciting way, this one is kind of luck of the draw from one of those, like I said, historic TWS paw prints.
Yeah, it's, I think, super, super cool and something unique that we haven't done before.
We'll walk over and look at this handsome dude over here and welcome everyone to our live post. Olivia mentioned that it's, not too bad of a day. Maybe a little windy. We did have some sun popping through. I'm sure Gino and some of the other rescues will be enjoying that as it pops in later today, throughout the day rather. But nonetheless, just another wonderful day of living wild at heart, celebrating triple donations, talking about $50 Friday. keeping a close eye on Teras because all of the Pride has been a little vocal this morning.
Yeah, and he has been watching Gino pretty intently.
Operation Lion Song.
Yeah.
A lot of mumbling, a lot of lion mumbling, not a whole lot of lion caroling. A lot of lion tomfoolery over there from Prada.
Definitely look like they're thinking about it.
Yeah. Prada, you are a goofball and then some. He says, I love this log. I often play with it right side up, but I'll tell you what I've never done is play with it upside down. Oh, the Ukraine Pride. Are we surprised that they offer endless amounts of entertainment for us all?
Prada.
Young, curious lions who have the space and opportunity to be those young, curious lions that they're destined to be, which is awesome, everyone. And across the way, everybody's kind of had their feline Wheaties this morning. Back behind Gino, I see Simon and Jeremy. Those two rescued white tigers kind of knocking around their free-roaming habitat. Ooh, and the wind kind of getting to me a little bit, Gino. It was, I'm going to say it, believe it or not, we had some snow flurries earlier this morning. It still is in the 40s, but when we're kind of hanging around that 40s, you still can build some snow up way high up in the clouds, and we'll get some flurries. So some of those making their way down to us today, Gino, which was a little something. I'm going to catch up on the comments here. Nancy Hill asking, has Teras or the girls started caroling yet? And before I say that, look at Simon and Jeremy just flying around in the background. We can't say that they have full on caroled yet. We've seen a lot of warm up performances, I'll call that. But we are waiting. We are waiting by, and hopefully, we will be able to find something.
They're showing the signs, though.
Very much so. Faith imagining the Lion King soundtrack as Teras struts around his habitat. Daria getting excited about it would have been the Teras paw print that was up for grabs last Miracle Match, as well as the Dr. K paw print. or handprint rather.
That's super cool, Daria.
Or maybe that was an auction item, if I'm not mistaken.
It was an auction item, yeah.
So yeah, let me correct that. But exciting nonetheless, Daria. Sydney Logan saying TWS always makes my day. Well, that's great to hear, Sydney. And today's a Friday. The weekend is upon us. We are just so happy to have you along with us, and we hope you have a great live post with us now and go into a fun weekend. And look, speaking of fun weekend, those Tiger boys in the background. Simon and Jeremy up to no good. I don't think you'd expect anything less. If anybody has a pair of cats, domestic cats in their home, and they are mischievous and playful with one another, well, that's exactly Simon and Jeremy across the way.
Yes, reminds me of my two.
Is me. I'm gonna kind of slowly walk over because one thing that's been special about Gino and Sophie is that where you find one, you typically will find the other. So as you can see, Gino is riding up on top of the cave, but he's not far from Mom down below. So there's Miss Sophie, and we know Gino and Sophie are mother and son. They were kind of exciting enough. Were the kind of leading announcement of our Miracle Match campaign a month ago that they are a Miracle Match. Gino and Sophie had not always lived together. We lost Sophie's mate Kimba about a year and a half ago, if I'm not mistaken. And Gino and Sophie had been living in separate parts of the sanctuary. We had tried them once before. Gino is actually one of our special needs lions, and from some of those neurological symptoms that Gino would exhibit, it wasn't working out for Sophie at the time, and it was kind of stressing her out. Gino couldn't help it that he was not able to de-escalate himself due to those symptoms. But anyways, after some more kind of evaluation from our caretaking staff, Gino was living here in Pride Prairie, closer to Mom, where obviously we could get maybe a little better of a temperature as to how they're doing and how maybe a second play date would go. And I think the rest is GWS history. Gino and Sophie have been awesome for one another, and I think you've heard me mention it, you've heard Tammy mention it, but how much Gino instills a sense of confidence in Sophie. For me to be standing about 25 feet, 30 feet from her, if Sophie was in this habitat alone, I don't think she would tolerate that. She would probably go and sit somewhere else, and she'd be entitled to that, of course. But the fact that she knows Mr. Gino is right near her, acting as maybe another level sense of security for her, rather, is something that means a lot to me, knowing Sophie for 5 years now and seeing that Gino has made a positive impact due to the result of their miracle match, Mr. G.
And even taking a step further, Judson, on these recent sunny days, we've caught Sophie and Gino both on their backs, same leg up in the air, belly up to the sun, and even with us walking through, her not moving and staying exposed like that. So I think that's a really cool sign too, that Sophie's been far more comfortable, and I love to see her and Gino's bond.
Yeah, it's really is special, and obviously mother and son, just kind of knowing that is, I think that offers a level, that's kind of picturesque or whimsical, and the fact that they get along so well too, it just kind of strengthens the idea that how cool it is that these two are able to live with one another. So happy, Mr. Gino, Miss Sophie, and I'm glad that you're still enjoying this spring day. I don't know if anyone can tell, but it's slightly flurrying right now. But nonetheless, now we can go and look at the Ukraine Pride across the way.
They are frisky as well. A lot of the cats are out.
Yeah. It really is great cat weather, though. It's kind of mid to low 40s. Yes, we are having some of that snow, but I'd say it makes for good cat weather. It's also worth pointing out, Olivia, is, we saw the Ukraine Pride a moment ago. We were kind of up near the habitat wall. They were wanting to be near us, wanting to kind of acknowledge and socialize with us, but that is not, how the Ukraine Pride will spend their day. Is they kind of do their own thing.
Yeah.
Go and hang out in any number of the spots in their free roaming habitat.
Well, and if you've watched Watch Wildcats, then you know that they aren't just spending their day up at the fence at all. They do a lot of different things.
Well, and they're also taking advantage of their indoor bedroom too,
Mm-hmm.
which is interesting to see, and maybe doesn't make for the most exciting content on our streaming camera, but nonetheless cool to see that the Pride knows that all the options that they can spend their day inside, outside, here, there, over there, anywhere.
And even just now, Teras making the choice to go inside and leave his sisters outside. So.
Yep, he's probably wanting to see what Alana and Aurora are up to. I can only imagine. And welcome everyone. If you're just joining us, you're tuned in live to the Wildcat Sanctuary, having an awesome live post with some of our rescued lions. I see the Ukraine Pride way across their way in the free roaming habitat. We'll maybe come out and hang out with Gino here for a moment. Yeah, and it looks like maybe Alana and Aurora did head inside, so we might not be able to see them. Let me get into the comments here. Katie Parsons saying hi. Hi, Katie.
Hi,
Glad
Katie.
to have you with us. Happy Friday. Terry Pot saying they are so stunning. Thanks for the work y'all do. Thank you for that, Terry, and thank you for being one of the supporters who makes that possible. What do you think, Mr. Gino? You got a lion song coming on?
I know, handsome Gino.
Bree MacArthur, I saw a flurry. You can keep those there. Bree, I will do my best to keep all the snow. Same with you, Teresa D. Victoria. I will bottle up all the snow and keep it right here in Minnesota. Jennifer Howard, I love these two so much. They are both my sponsor kids. I'm so proud of both of them. They've been through so much. Even though Kimba is no longer here, at least mother and son can flourish together. Jennifer, first of all, thank you for supporting two big cats here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, Gino and Sophie. And exactly right. I think I couldn't phrase it any better, is that Gino and Sophie have been through a lot. Collectively, this family's been through a lot, coming all the way from Argentina. And to see this is the type of ending that your support affords them, mother and son reunited again. Now that's something to feel special about. Now, Gino, I thought you were a lion, not a beaver.
Oh my gosh, I don't know if I even noticed that, Judson. Wow.
I thought you were a lion, not a beaver.
Well, he says not true.
Yeah,
I am
he's
a
got
beaver,
a heck
actually.
of a scratching post that is getting the workout and then some. Looking very much beaver-like. I remember the Five Wild had a poll that they were kind of scratching up like that. I'd call them the Five Beavers every so
That's
often.
funny.
Well, the flurries are kind of coming down.
They are.
Maybe we can just pop into the indoor bedroom for a moment, Olivia. You wouldn't mind just radioing that we're gonna head in and we can check in and see what Teras is up to, show everybody the indoor buildings. Give everyone one last reminder of $50 Friday, and one of 50 winners could win a historic TWS paw print from any one of the rescues that's come to the sanctuary over the last 25 years.
Can I hand you this microphone,
Yes,
Judson?
yes, thank you, Olivia.
Thank you.
And, you can tell that they're about Minnesota Lions at this point. I think that's Lacia up on her platform there watching the flurries fly. And she doesn't have a care in the world. It's just so fun to see. Hey, pretty girl. Look at that, 150 of us, 150 of you watching, rather. So awesome to have such a great crowd with us today on this Friday. We're going to be heading into the indoor building. We've been hanging out outside of Pride Prairie. All of our free roaming habitats that you see here on the live post are connected to central animal buildings. And the cats have 24/7 access to these spaces. And as we've kind of been on the live post, we've been able to see how the cats have moved inside, outside, and then back, and then some. Gino's actually in his shift yard, which will then lead into his habitat. You can see Olivia after you.
Thank you.
Who do we have here? That's when Mr. Teras left us outside, and I looked over in Alana and Aurora's habitat when we were hanging out with Gino and Sophie. That's when I put the two and two together, that if there's no Teras and no Alana and Aurora, that just means that they're hanging out in their indoor bedroom. So just as I said, you can see it's all right, pretty Miss Prada. 24/7 access to their indoor space. We certainly don't call this a indoor habitat. There's no trees or bushes. It's very simply an indoor bedroom. You can see a bed box that Prada's laying onto here. All types of toys. They have a little kind of perch over here as well. Barrels, Mr. Teras, logs, you name it, anything that you would, imagine a lion, young lions, would like to keep happy and play with. I always love the example. I remember Gina kind of using this one way back when of if you can think of us having indoor recess when we were younger. Maybe it was snowing outside. Maybe there was just bad weather. And we had to stay inside the classroom for recess. What was the first thing that our teacher did? Broke out the board games, broke out the building blocks, broke out all the fun things that's going to keep a young mind stimulated in an indoor environment. And that's exactly what we're able to do for the cats inside. And Alana and Aurora, hey, pretty girls. I'll just kneel right here for these special gals. And Alana and Aurora really have been enjoying all of the lion neighbors that they've had here. I think Gino and Sophie, I think for the most part, Gino is really the one who, pays them much attention. If any of that, it's just them kind of sitting at the fence next to each other. But ultimately, no offense to Mr. Gino, but I think the apple of their eye is this guy right here. And who can blame them?
I know, they're pretty enthralled with you, Teras.
The young up-and-comer.
Poor Gino. Gino's still young.
He is. I'm just joking around. But cool to see the types of indoor spaces that your support provides, especially now. We're talking about snow here still in April. That means that we're still heating our buildings. We've already driven towards raising costs to help fund some of the heating and gas towards our indoor buildings. So exciting to see that kind of proof in the pudding today that even this late in the season, technically it's spring, we're still utilizing these spaces and those utilities to keep the cats warm. All right, pretty girls.
The twins.
And then obviously Gino and Sophie's bedroom over there, which they're not occupying now, but I'm sure they'll be in here at some point today.
Yes.
But don't we just love seeing neighbors? I see Daria pointing out. I love that they got used to each other and are enjoying their neighbors. Exactly that. Yeah. I mean, if this isn't evidence that everybody is getting along swimmingly and is actually interested in one another, then I don't know what is. Both the girls being very ladylike and observing Mr. Teras.
Very respectful.
And I love seeing that.
And Prada.
And pretty Prada, who's the ever curious Miss Lion. Well, cool, everyone. I'd say it's been a really fun live post this Friday afternoon. About 155 of you with us live right now. That is so awesome to see. Final reminder who we are and what we do. We are the Wildcat Sanctuary. We are forever home and rescue for wildcats in need. We are a 501c3 nonprofit, and we rely on your support to care for over 140 plus rescued wildcats of all sizes. We're tuned in from one of our indoor bedrooms right now, but that goes out to a big free roaming habitat where the Ukraine Pride and all of our rescues get to enjoy life and do what we call live wild at heart. Our rescues, for one reason or another, might not be able to live in the wild, but here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, your support allows them to live wild at heart. Awesome, awesome, Lions.
And one last reminder that it is $50 Friday. This is the only day for that paw incentive. So you can give right here on this post or on our website, but it would be single donations. It does not count for sponsorships or monthly Pride.
Exactly. Thanks for that clarification, Olivia. Well, awesome, everyone. I'm just so happy that we had a pretty low-key indoor Lion Live. Or I guess it was a hybrid. We were outside as well, Mr. Teras. I appreciate you being patient with us, Mr. Handsome.
But certainly a Lion Live. I like that.
Yeah, a Lion Live indeed. Well, cool. Teras, we'll leave you to being gazed upon by two pretty lions. We'll leave you to all your toys. Of course, we'll leave the whole pride up to another wonderful day of living wild at heart. Prada.
With her tongue out.
Yeah. She says hello. Oh, that's a bona fide tongue blap, as they say, Prada. But happy Friday, everyone. Hope you have a wonderful and safe weekend. We certainly will be doing the same at the Wildcat Sanctuary. And thanks for making it another wonderful week of Living Wild at Heart, celebrating triple donations of Miracle Match. So again, have a wonderful and safe weekend, and we will see you back here at the Wildcat Sanctuary on Monday.
Bye.